Hello, welcome to another WorkWithPlus course video. In this video, we are going to talk about actions. WorkWithPlus has two actions, the standard action and the user action. Standard actions are actions whose behavior is already programmed by WorkWithPlus. For example, in the listed objects, we have the standard action export and export report. For example, in list type objects, we have the standard action export and export report, which are used to export to Excel and PDF. Simply by adding these actions on the screen, WorkWithPlus will add all the Genexus code necessary so that the user can have these functionalities. Here we can see both actions, export and export report. We also showed you in previous videos the edit column action, which, as we stated, is what adds all the functionality to the column selector. To add a standard action, we simply have to right-click on the section of the screen where we say our action is Add Standard Action. For example, if we want our standard action to be in our action group, we must do right-click and Add Standard Action. Here it will be created. By doing this, we can go to the name property and see the list of actions that WorkWithPlus provides for us. Here we have all the actions that WorkWithPlus provides us. This list of actions changes depending on the object where we want to include it or the parent node of the action. For example, if we add it to a grid, here we have the grid, and here our standard action, the list of options changes. As we can see, we have update, delete, display, copy record, detail, web component, and if we add it elsewhere, other options appear. But if we want to add it outside the grid, other actions appear. Another type of actions are user actions, which allow the developer to define what said action is going to be. For example, we can schedule code in events to perform a task. For this, we are going to create a user action. We will give this a name. For example, let's call it try get message. We place it in main, and we provide a caption that we will call count record. Then we will save it so that a button is created in the web form of the web panel. Then we can right-click on the insert action, go to event, and that will show us the exact place where we need to add the code for this action. In this case, we are going to add a fairly simple code. Always remember that when you add code and it contains variables, make sure you add them. You must right-click on the variable Add Variable. Now, when the end user clicks on the button, the number of records that the accounts table has will be displayed. Now we are going to do an example of calling another web panel. For this, we are going to create a new selection in the TRN account. This will be associated with the account transaction sublevel, which is in charge of listing the banking transactions of this account. To change the base table of this list, we must change the transaction level name property, which in this case will be account.account transaction. We simply have to select account.account transaction and don't forget to give the object a name. In this case, we will name it transaction. Now we will delete all the attributes that the grid contains. We select them and eliminate them all, and we are only going to add the following attributes. And we will add these following attributes. Finally, we are going to add the parameters node to the web panel, so that in this way, it receives the parameter that indicates which bank account we want to see the movements from. For this, we will only add the accountSID parameter. We save this so that the changes made are applied. Now that we've done this, we are going to return to our default list to name this new list from an action. For that, we are going to click on the right grid, and here we will be able to click on Add User Action. We will name this one as View Transaction. In the caption, we will place transactions, and in the GX object, we will place the account transaction WW object. Finally, for our action to work correctly, we should add the parameters node. In this way, we add the parameter by right-clicking on it, Add Parameter. And here we will place the name for accounted. Right now, we can find the user action below here, but we want it to be up here. We would like for it to be on this side. We can adjust this just by moving it, and that's it. We will execute this changes so that we can see the changes in execution times. Now we will go to our list of accounts. Now, for each item, we can see the Transactions button, and if we click on it, we can see the movement of each one as well. And here we will see the movement that that item has. If we click on another one, we also see the movement it has. And in this way, our user action has been created correctly. We invite you to subscribe to our channel so that you are always up to date of our upcoming videos. See you there!